Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Germs, welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
First up top, we've got some housekeeping things.
Mm-hmm.
Bathrooms are to your left. Mm-hmm. Feel free to use them anytime because there is no intermission. If you need to smoke, go outside.
This is a very good joke for people who did watch improv comedy in Chicago.
No. Or anywhere, any sort of live theater.
That might just be a Chicago thing.
There's no way.
Like a weird traditional.
People got to know where the bathroom's at.
They do have to know that, but does everyone call it housekeeping? That might be a Chicago phrase.
I don't know. If you call housekeeping, tweet us at Dilettante Ball, DILETTANTEBALL. Hashtag keep in the house. Corey in the house.
What were you gonna say for real though?
We have a new show that just joined the network called Queer Movie Night. Mm-hmm. So we're just at the end, instead of our usual stinger, we're just gonna put a little amuse bouche for them, so you can check it out, see if you like it, dip in. I'm super excited for them to be joining us, and
the first episode drops pretty soon, right?
By the time this comes out, it might already be out.
So that's good. So you can get a little sampler or appetizer platter after this episode, and then if you like it, get the full main course. Yeah.
So that's that. The only other thing is Spencer and I, along with our good friend Sarah Magnuson, are producing a live comedy quiz show at the Crowd Theater every Tuesday in July and August 2018, if you're listening to this years from now.
The show's at 8 p.m. Central Time. And if you can't attend live, you can watch it online at twitch.tv/thecrowdcomedy.
Mm-hmm. That's that. It's a real hoot. That's it. It's actually, you could get your double dose of us every Tuesday.
That's true, because these episodes drop. So you can
listen to this at midnight when it drops, and then just a
12 hours later.
Short hours later.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to get an article, or do you want to talk about other stuff?
I feel like I kind of have a lot.
Yeah, you do. A lot's been happening to you. Your body's been going through changes.
Mm-hmm. So last we recorded, I had not yet left for my honeymoon, though episodes have come out since. I'm back, baby. We took we got our kicks on Route 66.
Sure.
We started here in Chicago.
You and Jessica.
No, just me. She did her own vacation. Jessica and I started here, and then we drove all the way to Santa Monica.
And it took you 3 days? 4 days?
Yeah, we were going
That's
fast.
crazy. That's pretty sweet.
No, it was about 9 days.
Okay.
We did get you a little something.
Really?
In Hollyweird.
You made the weed sign just now.
You wish. I wanted to present you with this magnet.
It's an Oscar. It's the Oscar man, and it says Hollywood Best Uncle.
For watching Buster while we were gone.
So don't get it twisted. This Oscar is from Hollywood. This is the real deal. This is a bona fide Oscar, Hollywood style.
They're a lot smaller in person than you would think.
They're so much smaller. Very heavy though.
Yes, it's very dense.
Who won Best Uncle last year? Do you remember what movie it was?
Uncle Buck.
Was it Uncle Buck again?
Yeah.
Wow. 20 years running, huh? Good for John Candy. The posthumous award for Best Uncle. Well, that was very, very kind of you. Is this a magnet?
It is a magnet.
I can't understand how it's a magnet. It's
the straight. No, it's like the
back is a magnet.
Yeah.
The butt's a magnet.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I've always
just
said.
like real people.
Yeah. Okay, very cool. So that was your whole trip, huh? You drove all the way to LA
just to get that magnet.
Yeah.
No, so I'll give you a quick rundown.
Okay, do it.
Illinois. Kind of blew through Illinois, except for Springfield, which was very cool.
Okay.
We stopped there. We saw Abraham Lincoln's house from when he lived
here. Was he home?
He was not home.
That sucks.
And on the way we saw a few muffler men, which are like,
what is that?
Did you see the pictures I posted?
I did, but I was unaware of these things.
So I guess in the 40s or 50s or whatever, they made big fiberglass statues of men.
Who's they?
The muffler man auto shop company to put out in front of their places.
Sure.
And then they kind of stopped using them, so people would just buy them and use them for other weird things. So like one was a spaceman, and one was like
hold on,
one was a Paul Bunyan lumberjack holding a hot dog.
So were these? Is this a Route 66 thing or just a weird like?
I think it's a weird roadside thing, but there just happened to be a bunch on Route 66.
I've never heard of these men, and so people have bought them and turned them into like
other men.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're real weird.
Yeah. Okay, that's bizarre.
And then we stopped for the night in St. Louis.
Okay.
And we visited the Schlafly Brewery, and it was great.
Okay.
Then we really blew through Missouri, which was a fucking drag.
Yeah, that was the right choice, I think.
We did stop at a lovely little tourist trap called Uranus.
Okay. How was that? What was that even about?
Mostly it was just a store, and when you walk in, instead of saying welcome to Moe's, they say welcome to Uranus. And then when you leave, they say, thanks for picking Uranus.
And there's nothing inside. It's just
people
a couple
standing
people.
waiting. No, it's just like a gift shop. And then there was also like a...
That's so tacky.
There was like in this weird plaza, there was like a tattoo shop.
Okay.
And a like oddities museum.
Okay.
We did not go in. Yeah, real tourist trap. And there were just dinosaurs outside, because why not? Then after Missouri...
What is the point of those things? Like, is there a point anymore, or is that like a relic from like, you know, the 40s, 50s, 60s?
I don't know.
And today?
I don't know.
Because like, that sort of stuff can't be like a thing anymore, right?
It was. We saw so much of that weird stuff.
Okay.
Next up was Oklahoma, which was surprisingly like a nice drive.
Okay.
They're very like, of all of the, so Route 66 is not like a road anymore, really.
Right.
It's like a bunch of other roads that sort of make it up, kind of.
Right.
Because it was decommissioned in the 70s or 80s.
1985, but sure.
Yeah.
For the interstate.
Yeah. So a lot of the way it actually just runs directly parallel to like the real interstate. And then when you get to like one of those small towns, the interstate will go around it, and Route 66 will go like down the main street.
Right.
Which was pretty cool.
Right. Which is why so many small towns died because of the interstate system.
But then Oklahoma, like a lot of it, they made it very clear like when you were on it, and a lot of it was like kept up well. So it was like really easy to drive through on it.
Painted blue.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
bright blue. Hurt your eyes.
Yeah.
So that was super cool.
Okay.
We stopped in Tulsa and saw a drive-in movie, which was fucking crazy.
That is cool. What'd you see?
Jurassic World, which is a bummer. Fallen Kingdom, not the original Jurassic World. It was not a good movie.
Even seeing it in a drive-in, it didn't really help.
No, I really enjoyed the end.
When the credits started rolling.
Yes. The thing that happens in the end was cool.
Okay, I guess don't spoil it, but tell me later because I will never see this movie.
It was not worth the whole movie.
Yeah.
But I could see like the next one being better.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I'm already like when I sat through the first one, I was already out on the remainder of the franchise.
So the thing is, the end reminded me a lot kind of Terminator 3.
Right.
Also a very bad film.
The movie's a bad movie.
But the end was very good.
Well, the ending wasn't even good in Terminator 3. It was just like cool. It was like, oh, okay, cool.
Then we stopped in Oklahoma City and saw the memorial for the Oklahoma City bombing, which was like one of the. It was such a like thoughtful public space. It was very. I don't want to say like cool, you know. It's like, but it was like, it was a very well designed like public space.
That's interesting. That's not even something I was like aware of.
I didn't know a whole lot about it because we were so young when it happened.
Well, I know about the thing, but I just didn't know about that they made a park or whatever. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
no one talks about it,
right? Where
like
and it was until 9/11, it was the largest terror attack here,
right?
Yeah, but it was so like basically when you walk in, there's like a bunch of like trees that, and every single thing in there like means a thing.
Sure.
And there's like a reflecting pool and stuff. But the coolest thing to me was it was sort of not gated, but there were like big archways that you kind of walk through, so you can't really see into the memorial.
Okay.
When you're out, and you can't really see out when you're in. And that was to like, they said it was to transition people from like the outside world to like the memorial space. So you kind of walk through this
very deliberate planning.
Yeah, it was very like cool
for what it is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're ever in Oklahoma City, I guess go there. You know.
Why not? Now,
then
didn't Route 66 only like slightly dip into Oklahoma?
Kansas,
was
was next.
Okay.
Yeah. Texas. Wait, fuck. Missouri, then Kansas, but it's in Kansas for 16 miles. Because I think the guy who like originally planned it was from Kansas, so he was like, gotta. So yeah, so Missouri. Then it. We were in Kansas for like half an hour.
Sure.
And that's because we stopped for 20 minutes to like pee and get drinks and stuff. Not much in Kansas except for like a weird like gift shop that was closed when we walked by, but it had a bunch of like this is not Cars, but these are the Cars.
It was the movie Cars.
Yeah.
Because Cars takes place on Route 66 basically.
Yeah. It was like Thomas Maderberg, like the tow truck. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
It was like, I mean, they didn't say that.
Thunder
like,
McKing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
So then Oklahoma, then Texas, which was, it was pretty wild. Yeah? Texas.
Bunch of tumbleweeds.
We did see tumbleweeds, not in Texas, but we saw them and it was fucking crazy.
I don't even know what those are.
They're exactly. I mean, it was like, oh, that's a cartoon thing in front of me.
Bizarre.
Then an anvil fell on my head.
Yeah, for real.
No, we saw like Cadillac Ranch, which is that thing where someone just buried a bunch of cars.
Yeah.
Halfway in the ground, which was like cool and weird. Not much going on there. It was just like there was just this thing like while we were there, where some dude like bought a billboard that was like on the highway.
Okay.
That was like the one that we essentially were on. That was like, liberals keep driving and stay out of our beautiful state of Texas.
Holy shit. This is just the one billboard?
Mm-hmm. So it was like, okay, cool.
What the fuck is that?
Then someone else bought a billboard that was like, all are welcome here.
No,
you make
real?
Texas better. Like,
for
yeah.
real? That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a hateful thing.
Yeah.
Can you ever imagine a liberal? Well, first of all, liberals don't have money, I guess. So never mind.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. Then next up was New Mexico.
Okay.
And I know we went to
this
Roswell.
Is the big one, man.
We went to Roswell, and we booked a tour with Dennis Balthazar.
Put him on blast.
We showed up and we're like, all right, we're ready for the tour.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What was your name? Don't you know who I am?
I'm the only person who could have possibly bought this tour.
Oh, we don't have any record of you.
That's impossible.
Okay, here's my PayPal receipt.
Yeah.
PayPal just does that sometimes. Here's your refund. Sorry, no tour.
PayPal just does that sometimes. That's hold on, let me check my paperwork. Not true. That's not how PayPal do. Like, you know what I like about PayPal?
It works.
It works.
So the tour, there was no tour. So instead we went to, and I'll show you the koozie that I got there.
Oh, well, you've been drinking it this whole time.
The International UFO Museum and Research Center in Roswell, New Mexico.
Okay, not bad.
Which was only $5 to get in.
This
so
seems pretty affordable.
We came out ahead.
How much was the koozie? They paid you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was... Remember how thoughtful and carefully planned that memorial was?
I do.
This was absolutely unintelligible. An unintelligible mess of like newspaper clippings on the wall of like a school gym, basically. You like basically walk into an old school gymnasium. Not really, but it's just like a big room.
Sure.
And it has like a bunch of like cubicles set up, basically.
Okay, for the different like areas.
Yeah. And the walls are just plastered with newspaper clippings. And there didn't seem to be really a rhyme or reason or a timeline that you could follow or really much of anything.
Were the newspaper clippings at least about UFOs? Or
no, a lot of recipes and things. Then there was like a little theater that was just playing like episodes of Ancient Aliens, basically.
Oh my god.
It was a trip, man.
Dude, that's the tourist trap right there, man.
So that was a true bummer.
Like no one's going to Uranus expecting
yeah.
anything. Tell me about it. But you go to like this UFO museum?
The place.
Come on.
Yeah.
That sucks. Did you see anything else in New Mexico? Anything cool? Like any like
well, we hung out at the pool there after that, which was pretty tight. There was like a really tiny town called Tucumcari that we passed through that was like just a super cool old little like
Western
like
town?
Route 66 town.
Oh, okay.
Then we went to Santa Fe.
Okay.
And I've been waiting to tell you this.
Okay. You got some model trains.
We got a lot of model trains.
Oh,
HO scale.
Yes, that's my favorite.
No, we went to this like art
oh shit, okay.
Experience called Meow Wolf.
Okay.
Or the art collective that made it is called Meow Wolf.
Okay.
And this specific experience, I don't know if I told you the name.
No.
It's called the House of Eternal Return.
Okay.
So
this sounds very good.
It's inside an old bowling alley.
Okay.
And
are the lands and everything still intact?
No.
Okay.
They like just gutted it.
Okay. Gutted it.
Fuck. And you go in and there's like the ticket counter and then like, the gift shop and there's a bar and you like up at the front. You buy your tickets and the box office attendant or whatever was like, okay, what you're about to experience is a however many 20,000 square foot living art exhibit with 70 rooms and 100 different whatever. It was just like going on and on.
Okay.
So you're more than welcome to just walk around and explore and touch everything and read everything. Just and you can just experience it as art.
Okay.
Or you can try and find out what happened to the family that used to live in the house.
That's like not even a choice.
So
yeah, okay.
Then you go.
Yeah, you can just be dweebs, or you can solve a crime.
So then you go in and you like open this door.
Okay. A normal door.
And then that's when you're like in the exhibit.
Okay.
And then you're just in the front yard of a house. And there's
fuck?
like
you're inside a that's crazy.
There's like a full house in front of you.
Okay.
Uncle Jesse, Joey, Michelle.
Everywhere you look.
No, there's like a house.
Okay.
And then you're standing on grass. There's like not really. I mean,
yeah.
whatever. But
is there a sky above you?
I mean, it's like looks. It looks like you're outside in front of a house. It was like the way I described the house was it's like a Halloween Horror Nights haunted house, but that you can just walk through and touch, like with no one's popping out to scare you. But it was like
it's that intricate, and detailed, and
so like first thing there's like a mailbox.
To me, this reminds me of if you ever played. I don't think you have, but there's a game called Gone Home. That this kind of reminds me of. That's just, it's kind of, I guess the description is like it's a walking simulator, but basically you just like play as this like college age girl who comes home to like back home after the semester's over.
Yeah.
But it's like 1994 and nobody's home and you have to figure out like what's going on. And it's not scary or spooky necessarily, but you just explore everything.
That rules.
Yeah, it rules hard. Anyway, so that's what this is.
So the first thing you like, you walk in, there's like a mailbox.
Okay.
Open the mailbox and start reading their mail.
Is it? Did you have to like open the mail? You know what I mean? Like take a letter opener to it, or was it?
No, because like the thing is like when you're done, you have to put it back so that other people can like.
Okay.
But I mean, it was like in an envelope, just not sealed.
Okay. That's fine.
So you like read the stuff, whatever. Then you like walk into the house, and it's a full fucking house that you're walking through.
Fuck, dude?
Like all the bookshelves have like books in them. You can like open up, read them all. Straight up.
Okay.
All the closets and drawers have like clothes and stuff. Like it is a house.
So if you wanted to, you could just pay your $15 or whatever
and live there.
And you'll walk in and start reading like, for whom the bell tolls.
So then like, and I guess like spoilers for this.
Okay.
Do you?
I can't imagine I'll ever go, so that's fine with me.
So if you don't want to know like the story of this art exhibit, which is the craziest thing I've ever said,
like I'd love to go do it, but it's not going to happen.
So I guess skip ahead a minute or two.
Sure.
So like eventually you start exploring. There's like weird stuff in the house. There's like one room, the walls and the ceiling kind of are like ripply.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Then you like find this safe that you can like get the combination to. You open it up and there's like all these government documents.
Where's the combination? I'm sure it's somewhere else. Like
it's like there's some
hollow book.
There's some bowls that have like numbers on them and you have to put them in the right order.
Oh my god.
So you come to find out that it's like this dude figured out how to like travel between dimensions and stuff.
Okay.
But it basically created like a rift in his house. So like the area around his house became unstable. So this like shadowy entity, like non-government entity, isolated this anomaly. And they and like the government document is like, we isolated the anomaly inside an abandoned bowling alley in the Southwest. So it's like,
oh shit, like
yeah. And then all the employees inside. So some people are like in character as people from these other dimensions that you can just talk to. And then there are other employees who are just in like lab coats and they work for that agent. I mean, they're the employees, but they work for that agency.
Yeah.
So then once you start exploring more, you can go through like open closets, and then the closet starts as a closet and then leads to one of these other dimensions. Or you can open the refrigerator and that leads to another dimension.
Yeah, okay. It's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe shit.
So then there's one area where it's like the dude decided to make like a travel agency to travel to other dimensions.
Totally.
So there's like this hub, and then you can go to all these different worlds.
Oh, that's cool.
But then the farther out you go,
the crazier and more.
They get like crazier and stuff. But then it's the most of the plot is contained in the house and right around it. And then as you go on, it was basically like different artists would make like different rooms or areas.
Okay.
So it was just sort of like an art experience in every room, and every room was completely different. But basically the pretense was that they were all different dimensions. But then every artist could just go in and do whatever like wild thing they wanted to do.
Totally.
So one of them was just a room that was like an 80s arcade.
Oh, cool.
With like free to play games. The person who made this made a complete soundtrack for this area where they just made a bunch of 80s sounding songs.
Sure.
Like
they weren't even
no, they're not real. They're all original songs.
They were all original. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there were a bunch of like pizza boxes in there.
Yeah.
Like the empty pizza boxes as if kids had been eating pizza and stuff, but they had this character on them called Plazzo, who was like a biker rat, basically.
Okay, totally.
With like 80s like kind of 3D sunglasses.
Okay, yeah, very cool.
Like an evil kind of Chuck E. Cheese, and it just said Plazzo's personal pan, and I fucking fell in love with Plazzo.
I love Plazzo.
So anyway, I could straight up talk about this thing for hours. This experience.
What the fuck? This is awesome.
But they're opening another one in Denver in 2019.
I thought you were gonna say here.
And one Vegas in 2019 and Denver in 2020.
Okay, so they're getting closer, maybe.
Yeah.
Man, that's so cool.
It was wild.
And that was the end of the trip. You just left. You got a helicopter.
I mean,
from
straight
there
up, we could have. Then we drove through Albuquerque, and I listened to the Weird Al song while we were there with the windows down, which was very cool.
That's fun.
Then we went through Arizona, which was beautiful.
Okay.
We saw the Painted Desert, the Petrified Forest, and the Grand Canyon, which was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, okay.
And then we went to California and drove through the California desert, listened to some Queens of the Stone Age like you do in the desert. And then we hung out in LA a little bit and Santa Monica. So anyway, go to Meow Wolf is the moral of that.
Well, while you were doing that, I was here and I had a lot of Raising Cane's, and it was pretty good, dude. So I mean, like, you missed out on that a little bit, I guess. But
watching Buster must have been great for you because we live,
literally
behind a Raising Cane's, essentially.
So, every day I would come over, it was basically like Raising Cane's day.
Hey Spencer, 6-piece? What do you do? 6-piece, 4-piece?
6-piece? Come on, I do a 4-piece. I'm not crazy.
I do a 6-piece.
Wow. I can't handle a 6-piece.
I have like an issue where I eat a lot when I am willing to like kind of like, I know this is not good for you,
right,
so I'm just gonna eat a ton until I feel sick. That's like a big thing.
Like, I'm already here.
Yeah. Oh, we also in the middle in Texas. One cool thing was we stopped at the Midpoint Cafe, which is halfway between California and Santa Monica.
That is cool.
Yeah, it was a cool little diner.
Did you go to that steakhouse where you could eat a 72-ounce steak?
We passed by it, but we didn't go because we're
hungry enough.
I'm not a big steak boy, honestly, and even if I were, I don't think I could do.
Did I tell you about this already? I saw a competitive eater do that challenge. Okay, so like, I watched it online. I went to her YouTube channel.
Oh shit!
And she just has tons of videos of her just like doing the best stuff, like the best like food challenges.
Better than Man versus Food,
because she does them quickly. So she's like housing all this shit and like, all right, 5 minutes done, like using a chest clock kind of shit. You know what I mean? So, and she's like, I don't know, 5, 6, 115 pounds and just like destroys. So the challenge is you eat if you can in an hour eat 72-ounce steak, the roll, the baked potato, and like the shrimp appetizer thing.
Ugh.
If you do all that in an hour, then you get it for free. She did 2 of those in under 15 minutes.
What the fuck?
And it's just all on her YouTube. I'll find the video and put it up.
That's fucked.
It's sick in every sense of the word.
Anyway, you want an article?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yarmouth Castle.
All right, smell you later.
Hi. Hi, my name's Peyton Lynch.
And my name is Deborah Duncan.
And we're here to introduce you to our new show, Queer Movie Night.
I said Queer Movie Night.
But it's actually Queer Movie Night.
It's actually queer. Do not search online for Queer Movie Night.
So we're two, I can say queer individuals. We're both gay in one way or another. I would say maybe all the ways.
I think all the way, both of us definitely all the way.
All the way gay.
Yeah.
And we both love movies. And we were talking about queer movies specifically, and how I hadn't watched a lot because some of them are so bad. Most of them are very bad.
Right. And I was telling Peyton that I've watched them all. And
She took one for the team and watched
bad,
them all.
but I watched them all anyway because there's so few options. And sometimes you're just jonesing for something
Yeah,
gay.
you just want some representation.
Yeah. So there are many a podcast out there where they review gay films, and they're usually bad, and it's to make fun of them. And we thought, you know what? Maybe there's some people out there that want to know about movies that are actually good.
Yeah.
There's so many, it's hard to gauge which ones to actually devote 2 hours to.
Yeah.
And hopefully we are that help.
Yeah, so we're going to pick some of our favorites and talk about them. Before this show comes out, catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at queermovienight.com, or just queermovienight, not .com. Queer Movie Night.
Our handle for everything is queermovienight.com. Do we have that domain? No.
Don't.
It's not
.com. Don't do that. So catch us there, and then stay tuned to catch us when we premiere the show. We're super excited.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.